Hello again, it's Noob, and well, thought I'd show off one of my favourite locks in my collection. And well, let's first look at the body. This is a really nice Bergwachter Profi 116 PC50. It's just a really nice offset shape, and I don't know why they've coloured the little grub screw in there red, but I don't know, it sort of sets it off. I like it anyway. And this padlock was gifted to me by my good friend Pickbeard, who has his own YouTube channel as well. So please do go check that out. But the really cool thing about this lock is its core. It has the strangest little 5-pin tubular core, and it looks like the pins, can you see down in there, have sort of external serrations on them, and you really do feel that. It's a very strange little lock indeed. Here's the key. Reminds me of a pump lock key, a bit like this fichet key here. Apart from the fact this is sort of like a bullet tip, it's very similar, isn't it? If you look at these little cuts all the way around the edge. So yeah, I don't know what that core is. Got no idea. It's probably something just made in China, but I really do love it just because it is just a bit different. So it goes in just like a pump lock or a tubular lock, pushes down all of those little pins, if you like, and it's a bit sticky, but there you go, it opens up okay after a little bit of wriggling. And this hasn't ever been used, so I imagine it's something to do with the relatively poor tolerances inside this core. Nevertheless, it's definitely one of my favourite locks in my collection. I just love it because it is a little bit unusual. Right, before I locate a vise and start picking it, I want to show you this little tool I made out of some, I think, 12 gauge wire. And that's because if you look down there, you can see this little hole for no reason at all. I don't know why it's there, maybe it's so you can pick it, but it doesn't actually engage with any part of the key at all. There's no ball bearing or dimple that goes into this little cutout or notch. It's very odd. But what you can do is you can stick that piece of wire in there and just tension that core like that. So yep, that's what we're going to try and do. So the two tools we're going to be using are this little bit of wire and this pick. Now interestingly, this is actually relatively okay to open, but a lot harder to get the shackle open, and that did take a little bit of figuring out. So let's go through. One's binding, 2 now, 3 nothing, 4 little something there, 1's just jumped up, a bit too much there. There we go. Nothing on 3 still. Little something on 4. Little something on 5. Nothing on 1. Nothing on 2. 3's now binding. Then back to 2. Little something on 1. Little something on 4. Little something on 5. Must just be hung up on like a tiny. Oh, there we go. Now that's technically open, but this wire is nowhere near strong enough to turn the whole thing around. So I need to get like a little screwdriver or something and get that in the lock, and then just try not to mangle it. I might need to just release it from the vise to do this bit. It's not particularly easy, but we'll try. And you just need to find somewhere where you can push this in and just turn it around a bit. But you do end up kind of chewing away at the lock itself, which isn't very good. Especially because I like it. There we go, I did it. So we have got it open. And you can semi-gut it. If you were braver than me, you could probably do a slightly more in-depth job, but we'll give it a little go. All right. So I'll show you. I'll get a little bit of the way there. You'll see why I don't go all the way to gutting this when I do open it all up. So first of all, this here is a grub screw which locates into the part of the Euro cylinder that would normally locate in with the center of the lock itself. And I think that's okay. So I think, there we go, you can see it coming out, but I think, again, I might struggle to get that out unless I can use the key, and I can't use the key because, yeah, it's unlocked. I need to turn it all the way back to the lock position before it opens up. Okay, give me a second, I'll relock it and I'll show you where we're at. Okay, now open it up. There we go. That can now come out. You've got to get the cam at the back in the neutral position in the center, like that. There we go. Now you can see that this is a cheap looking lacquered Euro cylinder. It's not particularly nice looking. Then you've got this little grub screw in here, which is kind of interesting. You take that out. There we go. And then you can tip out a little thing on the inside if you get that right. There we go. And then you can tip out the center of the lock. If I can get this back in. There we go. There we go. And then you can take off this little cap. You can see there that that's where this bit goes in and keeps that centered. Other than that, that's about as far as we can get. Now, assuming we can get this to focus on it a little bit. Yeah, you can see those serrations on the pins. Let me get my probe. Can you see these little serrations? They're serrated pins here. Very weird pins. I think you could probably take this apart again. Looking at this little collar here, there's a little split there. So let's have a little look. Oh, I see. This collar itself. How cute. So this collar actually keeps these pins in. So that is the locking mechanism. It seems to be what we call driverless. You push these down and it's got gates. Get that focus for you. Look, see? You got false gates and true gates. That's a true gate. Well, do you know what? I wasn't expecting that at all. So you don't need to actually gut this lock any further. What a strange little thing this is. So cute as well. So I actually thought that this was some kind of like serrated, these pins were serrated, that there was some form of shear line, and these would be key pins, would be driver pins in here, but actually it seems to be completely driverless, and you just have to push these pins down to their true gate like that. See? False gate, true gate, false gate, true gate, which is a lot deeper, which is why these little almost flower-like collar, which goes round like that. There you go. That is actually what needs to locate on the inside of that's what actually goes in and out here, depending on the cuts of the pins. So that's so cool. Yeah, I didn't actually gut it this far down before I did the video, so I put that in. There you go. You can see that that's its perfect shear line. That is so cool. Much cooler than I thought it was going to be. Well, we all learned something today. I really enjoyed picking and gutting this video for you. This lock for you. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all next time. What a cool lock.